Greetings and welcome to your weekly forecast, Thoth Tarot and Angel Message. I am Kat Morgan and I welcome you to this video, to this channel, and to this space. And this will be the last video that I upload here to YouTube. I am moving my channel over to Dailymotion, and I apologize for the confusion from the upload from yesterday. If you got that already, because there are references in there to Rumble rather than Dailymotion. And I'm just trying out different platforms to see which one works best for me, as I don't ever want to be monetized on this channel. And most everybody needs that money coming in for their platforms. And I get that. But there are options available for people like me that just want to pass along messages of love and support and encouragement. But it's not their full-time job. I don't want it to be my job. I don't want to have to do this for a living. I want to do it for you out of love and out of respect for you, right? So welcome very much. Please feel welcome in this space. The only thing you're ever going to hear on this channel is love and support and encouragement, as we all are doing our best to try to live our most authentic lives and be our most authentic selves. So with that all being said, I'm really excited for this reading. It's really crazy. And I apologize. We're in the middle of another winter storm here, and my sinuses are going crazy, and I got like a whole, I don't know what a herd of frogs is called, but whatever they are, they're in my throat. So I apologize for all of the stuffs. But I wanted to get you this message because normally, as I'm pulling the cards for the readings, what we're doing is we're pulling a 3-card spread for the coming week. And this is a timeless reading, although it is posted for a week's reading. It doesn't matter when you get this message. It could be in the middle of the week, it could be at the end of the week, it could be at the beginning of the week, and it doesn't have to be the week that it's uploaded. It can be whenever, because whenever it is, there's more cards that are still waiting to be read. And you get the option of looking back and have a 2020 view to see how well the cards fit that had already passed for the other days of the week. So I hope that all makes sense. But normally when I'm pulling these cards, I look at them as they get pulled. But this time, for some reason today, I just felt like I didn't want to even look at the cards until I had pulled all 3. So the way that I do this normally is, shuffle, 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 and then pull one card, look at it and ask the universe, source, God, however you define that which cannot be defined, to give us the best possible interpretation of whatever might be happening for the first part of the week, Monday, Tuesday, and the first part of Wednesday. Then I pull the second card for the second part of the last part of Wednesday and into Thursday and Friday. And then finally we'll pull a 3rd card for the weekend. Well, normally I'm looking at these cards as I'm asking, so show me what you want me to say about Monday, Tuesday, and the first part of Wednesday. And then I see that card and I ask for the next ones. But today I didn't even want to look at the cards until they had all been pulled. And surprisingly enough, they're crazy. That's all I'm going to say. Let's get into it, shall we? We have got from left to right, we've got the Knight of Discs, the Prince of Swords, and the 6 of Wands, or the 6 of Rods, victory card. So we've got 2 court cards here, as well as a very powerful non-court card. But I'm just kind of amazed at what we've got for coming up for the coming week. So this is an astounding energy reading for you guys. I'm so excited. So here we go. We're going to start off with the Knight of Discs, and he's also known as the Lord of the Wild and Fertile Land. He is all about earth energy. Discs are earth. They are Taurus specifically, as well as the related astrological signs. I don't go into a lot of astrology on my Thoth tarot readings, but it is known as the 21st degree of Leo, through the 20th degree of Virgo. So very, very strong earth energy here. The earth of Asiya, and in the tree of life it represents Chakma. So the Knight of Discs represents the fire energy of earth. Okay, so not just earth, but fiery energy of earth. And with earth suppressing fire, the materialism is the dominant aspect in this card. Okay, it's all about the material, showing the Knight as a complex person. He's got amazing strength, and he represents the earth in its function as the provider of life. The Knight of Discs is industrious and patient. He's steady and reliable. He's clever in material matters. He's the one working without asking a lot of questions. He just gets it done. He just gets it done. Concentrating on his tasks without getting distracted by mind games or a bunch of ideas that don't make any sense, just high-flying ideas with more earth than fire, and lacking the qualities of air. The King of Discs is more dedicated to making, but to thinking. His success results from instinct and pragmatism rather than from intellect or knowledge. So, but we're not looking at the King of Discs here. We're looking at the Knight. Well, they call him the King of Discs as well. But he lacks the emotional depth of water also. So we've got fire, we've got earth, but we're kind of missing for the Knight of Discs, we're missing the complementary elements of air and water as well. So therefore, he can have some difficulties in understanding or relating to others, specifically regarding the tasks that he's in the middle of. So you're going on these tasks, and somebody asks you a question, you're like, not now, not now. I'm in the middle of something. Take a moment to take a breath. Listen to people when they are saying something to you. It may be something important that will actually help you get this task done more effectively, efficiently, in better time, and in better form. So don't by any means discount people at all when they come up and interrupt you in the middle of these tasks, all right? Allow water, allow air, allow those thoughts and emotions to also be a part of that task or whatever it is that you're in the middle of, okay? Don't push others away just because you're in the middle of something, all right? There is definitely things that you can get from that information that is helpful and will benefit you, okay? So in drive here, we're talking about striving, just grinding for material success and wealth. We have to understand that that is just one part of the full picture, but that's what we're going to be working on Monday, Tuesday, and the first part of Wednesday, is just really kind of nose to the grindstone, getting it done. I know, I just started a new job last week, so I'm still catching up on, these were people that I worked with last year for a brief amount of time, so I was kind of familiar with the process, and I didn't have to get trained a lot, but there were a lot of people that were trying to fill this position in between, and there's a lot of stuff messed up. So I've got a lot of tasks in front of me that are going to need me to put my nose to the grindstone this coming week for sure. And I'm going to try to remember, because I'm part of this collective. I'm not necessarily pulling readings for myself, but they're going to apply to me just like they're going to apply to you. So keeping all of this in mind, it's perfectly okay to put your nose to the grindstone and just get it done. That's not a problem. It's just make sure that you don't shut people out, that you don't allow, that you do allow for ideas that may be helpful for you in what you're doing, okay? So that's the first part of the week. That's for Monday, Tuesday, and the first part of Wednesday. The Prince of Swords comes in for us from the latter part of Wednesday and into Thursday and Friday of the week. And the Prince of Swords, also known as the Prince of the Chariot of the Winds, Here we come with the air energy. This is what we were missing at the beginning of the week. So welcome this air energy in. Welcome the Prince of Swords. And we remember in the Thoth tarot specifically, rods or wands and swords are reversed in terms of their energy compared to the Rider-Waite. Okay, so don't get confused with that, but do understand we are definitely talking about air energy with swords, and you can think of it like slicing through the air. Okay, it does represent Tifereth in the Tree of Life, or in astrology, the 21st degree of Capricorn to the 20th of Aquarius. All right, so this is the element of air in air. So full on air. There is nothing else really in this card in terms of energy. Being air and air, the Prince of Swords is the pure manifestation of mind and intellect. He's full of plans. So you're grinding at the beginning of the week, and then all of a sudden you've got all of these ideas coming in, fast and furious. Make sure you're making notes of everything, because there's good information coming in. You just don't want to lose it, right? Plans and ideas. On the dark side, it could disturb and confuse yourself, other people. The ideas themselves can be confusing. Or in the most positive aspect, it can represent just the inexhaustible spring of creation itself, creative thoughts, because we know nothing is formed when it is not first formed in the mind. We have to imagine something in order for it to become reality. You don't have a skyscraper just show up. People don't just slap plans down on a table and say, here's the blueprints, get it done. It started in the mind of somebody first. They had an idea about a building, and they started drawing up plans from those ideas. Everything starts in air. Everything starts in the mind. The Prince of Swords is intelligent, idealistic, full of creativity and fluidity. This is a real Mercurian spirit coming through for the latter part of the week. So just ride the wave, baby. Ride that wave. Don't get into arguments. That's very often the case when you're in your head and somebody else says, well, I don't know if I agree with that. Don't get in an argument about it. Allow other people to have their own opinions and their own ideas in their minds as well. You're going to find that working with other people in that best. I'm rereading a phenomenal book called The Third Alternative by Stephen Covey, Dr. Stephen Covey, deceased, unfortunately, but with us totally in spirit. And I'm getting a real strong sense of this idea of brainstorming together, of coming together of the minds and melding and becoming something phenomenal as a result. Okay? So don't dismiss other people's ideas. Don't dismiss your own. Okay? You could throw yourself head over heels into a scientific research, reaching high levels in a short period of time, and then throw everything away. So don't get caught by the shiny things. Okay? Give these thoughts their full attention that they deserve. Okay? This is representing the drive of idealism and intellectual ability, creativity, and the richness, just the fullness of ideas and intelligence and the mastery of words. All right? That's for the latter part of the week. So we're starting off with kind of grind, which is a very common thing to get for the collective from this channel specifically. We are all doers. We're not just beers, we are doers. We're not just hearers. We are out there getting it done. And we are doing that at the beginning of the week with the Knight of Discs, but then we have a whole bunch of ideas that are coming as a result of all of that hard work. So write things down, give them their full time and attention that they deserve. And then the latter part, well, actually not the latter part of the week, but the weekend itself, we have the Six of Wands, rods. which represents victory. And you'll notice at the tops of each of these rods, there are different little symbols, and they represent different parts, aspects of this energy of victory. But wands in the Thoth Tarot represent the idea of, I want to say, fire, okay? Jupiter in the second decan of Leo here for this card, so very strong fire energy, and Tiferet in the Tree of Life. So we've got the crisis of the Five of Wands previously to this card, which has been overcome. We learned our lessons and we've turned them into a victory. So there may have been things that were happening through that whole grind, and then that big brainstorming process that felt kind of like a crisis, or you were dealing with a bunch of crises. Don't be startled or alarmed if fires come up at work or in your home or whatever it is that you're dealing with, okay? Take a deep breath, bring in that air. We cannot survive without air. That's the first thing we need. We die in less than 5 minutes without air before anything else. So allow that energy of air to come in, and fire needs air. We have to have air. So don't dismiss that stuff, all right? In the middle of the Tree of Life, right there, that's where the Tiferet is, okay? And the flames of fire are like floating gold. This is where you bring in all of the richness and riches of all of that hard work and all of that brainstorming. The Six of Wands show that all the past troubles and disruptions from the previous week, from the previous month, previous year, they were necessary for us, okay? These things are allowing us to continue to grow and develop, to become stronger, more well-rounded, more experienced, and we have more resources available to us where when those same kinds of crises come up again, because we know this is a spiral. We are constantly moving up. That's the whole point of ascension, right? But we're going to come across the same types of things coming around and around and around, and it seems like we can never stop having to deal with the same kind of thing, but they're always slightly different because we aren't the same. They're not the same. The crisis isn't the same. You aren't the same. We're all growing and evolving. So allow all of these aspects of air and fire to be bringing you that encouragement and courage. That's fire. That's Leo. There is no fear. There is no fear. This card represents all of those troubles and disruptions now being in the past. And the victory we now have is more than just something that you got by luck. It's something you worked for, and you deserve it. We deserve this, okay? This card represents happiness and victory, glory, and the pride of riches. So it all comes right back. It all comes right back to the Prince of Discs, or the Knight of Discs, and the earth energy. We bring in the earth coming in with the riches from our victory. So I love this reading. It's just so powerful. Lots of energy, lots of movement. So just remember everything. It's kind of like surfing the waves. I bring up that metaphor a lot because, well, I grew up in Southern California, so I never surfed, but I saw a lot of people doing it, and I'm familiar with the process. And you have a lot of waiting time, sitting in the water, sitting on your board, waiting for the wave to pick up underneath you. And there's times where those waves come up and you're like, oh, good. Now here we go. And it goes right out from underneath you. And you're just like, well, darn, that didn't work, So sometimes you'll catch the crest of the wave and you're just like dropping right into the bottom of it, and ride that energy. So this is amazing energy for the coming week. Just keep in mind, everything has balance. That earth energy with fire mirrors the fire energy at the end of the reading. So we have a very strong balance. We've got all of the elements in here. I'm really pleased with the reading, and I'm really excited for the coming week. And then our our angel, and we've been pulling these angel cards for the Thoth readings from our beloved Messages from Your Angels deck by Doreen Virtue. And today's card for this coming week is Angel Isabella. And I know when I see her, the first thing I'm thinking of, girl, you got to get some clothes on. Especially in this winter weather. I'm like, aren't you cold? But I love, she has no fear. She has no fear, no reservations, no hesitations. She says, yes, the timing is right for this new venture. A happy outcome follows your positive expectations. And that's the key for this week, guys, is have the expectation of success. Have the expectation of success. Know that you're going to start off the work week in whatever capacity it is, whether you're working from home, working at home, you're a homemaker, or you're volunteering, or you're just, whatever it is that you're doing this week. Just keep in mind you have to be expecting things to be successful this week. Whatever we expect to happen is what we will bring more to us. Whatever we are paying attention to and putting our energy into is what we will draw more of towards us. It's been a long time since I've done angel readings, and I don't actually think I can put end cards on these videos on DAILYMOTION platform. So I'm going to read the book for us, for our Angel Isabella, and get the extended reading for us, okay? But she does say, yes, the timing is right for this new venture, and it could be a new job like mine. It could be a new task at your current job. It could be a promotion, something that you've just gotten, or something you're leaning into, hoping to get, and working really hard this week on promoting more of. Absolutely. As well as just in general home life, relationships, financial, health, right? Physical, all of that. You've got to have all of that in balance as well. Okay? Whatever you're expecting is what you're going to get. So expect success, expect positive results. In answer to your question, yes, this situation is everything you hoped it would be. It is still a good idea for you to keep your eyes open and pray for angelic assistance along the way. Even ideal situations require adjustments as you move forward. However, we angels foresee smooth sailing with this decision. Well, there's that water, there's that sailing, that sounds very much like surfing. The opportunity is even more favorable because of the timing. Several pieces of the puzzle have now fallen into place, and you have learned some invaluable lessons that have prepared you. That's what we were just talking about. Your patience has paid off, and now it is time for you to reap the rewards. Take bold steps while listening to the wise guidance of your heart as you move forward fearlessly. Oh, I just said that. When I first looked at her, no fear, no fear. I do tell you guys the honest truth. I don't read the extended readings on these before I open the books for you guys. So I never know what it's going to say. But there it is. It said it all. It just repeated what I had said previously. Yes. Okay. It is still a good idea to keep your eyes open and pray for guidance, pray for assistance in whatever form you do that with. And ask co-workers, ask your family members, friends, your advisors, the professionals that you're working with in whatever capacity you're dealing with, okay? Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for guidance and support. Don't be afraid to comment here on the channel if there's something that you're working on that you would like some specific energy sending to you on, okay? Whatever it is. But this is a super week. We are going to have a blast. This is going to be awesome, and I'm super excited. Feel free as the week goes on if you want to leave comments later on about the reading as well. And be sure you take a snapshot of this so that you have these cards all set up and you can kind of have a bird's eye view of what to be looking out for. We understand that tarot is not fortune telling. We are not telling you this is what's going to happen. We are simply saying that the energy of this is available for you to be able to take full advantage of. And that's what I want always for everybody. Okay? I just looked at the counter on the time and it is 25:25 right now. So I'm going to wrap this up, guys. I love you. Have the most amazing, fantastic week. It is going to be amazing, and I can't wait to see how everything all comes out. I will do a energy reading next weekend from the Cat's Corner for the weekend separately as well. And then we'll continue on with these weekly readings on the DAILYMOTION platform as long as it is working well. So have a great day. Have a great week. Have a great life. I love you. Namaste and ciao for now.